Welcome to Mr. Moon has left the building with me, Sam Palmer. I know I look dishevelled. I'm always dishevelled in all my videos. I've just got out of bed. It's early morning here in Los Angeles. And I thought I was going to wake up to the news that Graham Potter was gone. Instead, I'm waking up to the news that he's probably going to be in charge for a couple more games. And I've just sat down and I thought, people say West Ham have not got a plan. We don't have a plan and we've got the ump about it. Well, we clearly do have a plan. And our plan is we keep a manager in far much longer than he ever should be. We publicly humiliate them, like last week by interviewing Nunu in broad daylight on a patio in a West Ham area. That was all done by design. We've been talked about Bilic, Gary O'Neill, Sean Dyche. We'll do all that for a week. Put it out there in the press as much as possible. And then I think it's in vain hope that the manager quits. The manager ain't never quitting because there's millions of dollars and pounds on the line. Sorry, I live in America. He's not quitting. So what'll happen is we'll do it in vain hope that we're not having to pay him off. And what we'll hope is he'll get a draw or a result against Everton. And then we can keep him in for another couple of weeks. But then what we'll do, the actual rinse and repeat of it all, is we'll then just go and get another out-of-work manager on the cheap. And they'll come in usually after the international break because then we won't have to pay them the 2 weeks' salary while they're off. And that's it. So we do have a plan. It's a fucking bad plan, let me tell you. But it is a plan. And that is why we're in this situation now. It's probably, I would think, Brady doesn't want to admit she was wrong with Potter. And listen, Potter could have worked. He could have worked, but he hasn't, unfortunately. Obviously, she was on TalkSport a couple of weeks ago, giving it the big one about how good the squad unity is and harmony and all this. And I say it was one of the most ill-advised interviews ever because it's come back to haunt them. But we are still in the thing of why Graham Potter, the worst manager in West Ham history, can't get a tune out of him, can't. Now, another manager might not, but Graham Potter definitely can't get a tune out of him. We are very well aware of it. He had that interview with TalkSport. Yeah, well, he don't want to have a talk. He knows the sack's coming. He knows. He's sitting there waiting now. And he's got to go into work every day, like we did with Lopetegui. It's so poor. It's such a bad look for the club. And what we're doing behind the scenes is going around to see who'll take the smallest, lowest contract possible and a 6-monther. Because if you remember, Graham Potter was going to take a 6-month at West Ham, but we kept Lopetegui in them couple more weeks. Then Potter realised, they're in big ag here. I'll get a 2-year. So it's cost us more money in the long run, as it always does. With not paying compensation, with doing it on the cheap, it costs us millions and millions more every time. So then you let that manager spend when you shouldn't have because he's not good enough. Graham Potter should have been gone in the summer. He was not good enough. But because we had him on a 2-year contract, we've kept him. He didn't unite the fan base. In fact, I think there's a manager that's never got the fan base as much as him. It's like we're purposely angering the fan base now, and it feels like a slap in the face. Waking up to see Graham Potter has not been sacked is outrageous. He is not improving this side. And as I say, I wasn't one of these people that said, get the youth in, should be starting. I'm very much on board with that now. I'd much rather see us go down with a youthful team. I'd much rather see Callum Marshall come on up front. I'd much rather see George Earthy, Fearon, Potts. Have a go. Must be a centre-half somewhere in them kids. I know Keelan Casey done a mistake, went out to Swansea. There might be someone else there. They can't be worse than what we got. Mavropanos and Callum. Callum's proved he can't defend. He's proved it consistently since he came to West Ham for 41 million quid. We would be lucky to sell him for 41 pence. But it does seem we do have a plan. We're going to keep Potter in. We're going to publicly humiliate him for a couple more weeks, which I don't agree with, because Graham Potter doesn't seem like a bad person. No West Ham managers seem like bad people. It's sad. Really, really sad. Looks like we're in hope of a 6-month contract. If that doesn't come, then we'll go for Nuno. Or someone else will go for Nuno and we'll lose him, like we have Mourinho. And then we'll be back to, oh, well, we tried. We tried FC. Honestly, upset is not the word anymore. I'm angry. I can see where our club's heading. We're going down. Don't know if we come back up, because I really don't think, when we've gone back down in the past, the fans stuck with us. I don't see us. I'd much rather, to be honest with you, I'm wearing an Italian shirt today. I'd much rather support an Italian team and have a bit of fun, go over there. I've got no interest really in West Ham anymore, because the soul of the club has been ripped out. It's just really sad that we carry on doing the same mistakes. And this is what the fans have got the hump with. It's the same mistakes again and again and again. And we're going to see it all on the cheap. Out of work manager. Why are we the only club really that goes for out of work managers every single time? They're out of work for a reason, most of these people. Like Bilic. He hasn't managed. I love Slav, like every West Ham fan. And obviously, you know what, they're playing on the heartstrings of, he's a West Ham man and all that. He's not really, is he? He was there one season and fucked off to Everton, like when he got a bigger offer. So he ain't that much of a West Ham man, let's put it that way. But he's got an affiliation with us. We did love him. He did do a great job the first year when he came in, and then the move to the London Stadium derailed it and the Pyatt. And look, to be honest, yeah, I would rather see him because he has got that affiliation with West Ham, and I do think we need that back. But why are we going for that? No other club would be going for it. As I said yesterday, if you're watching, run a million miles. If you care about your career, run a million miles from this club, because you'll be hung out to dry. They'll be doing this to you in another year. Anyway, very, very sad. Let me know what you think below. I'm sorry I look like this. I had to get it out of the way so it don't ruin my day. It's early morning in LA. So I can get it out of the way and not think about West Ham again. But yeah, very, very sad and angry.